Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has met with Chadian President Mahamat Deby, Itno in N'Djamena. Wang Yi, who is on the third leg of its four-nation Africa tour, said China is ready to work with Chad in implementing pacts agreed on by the two countries. The Chinese top diplomat said China will provide support for Chad's development as the two countries work towards expanding relations. On his part, Mahamat Deby Itno sent greetings to Chinese President Xi Jinping, calling him a visionary leader who has led China to achieve great economic takeoff. While appreciating Chinese support for the development of Africa, Itno said China remains a strategic and trustworthy friend of Chad. The Chadian president also sent his condolences to the Chinese government and its Chinese people over the earthquake in Xizang. The Chinese foreign minister's first overseas trip of the year is always to Africa and is part of a 35-year-long tradition. Well, CGTN's Penina Karive is in N'Djamena and has been covering Mr. Wang Yi's visit to Chad. Hi there, Penina. Penina, the Chinese foreign minister has already left Chad as an en route to Nigeria. What are the key highlights of Wang Yi's meeting with a Chadian leader and the country's other top officials, Penina?
Well, Hannah, it was a whirlwind visit by Wang Yi. He was here a maximum of 5 hours. He touched down here in N'Djamena at noon local time. That's 11 GMT. He was received at the airport by Chad's foreign minister, and he headed straight to State House, where he met with Chad's president Idriss Deby Itno. They had a conversation there. Part of the conversation, of course, was what you highlighted. We heard from President Deby Itno saying that China has been a trustworthy friend for Chad and that it's now a strategic partner for Chad. He said that Chad is appreciative of China's commitment, long-term commitment to Africa's development and especially Chad. President Deby also said that he is grateful and that Chad is grateful because China has always had this cooperation with Africa that he said was based on mutual benefits and mutual respect and equality. And he said that that cooperation has borne fruit. He said moving forward, the two countries, especially Chad, he said, was committed to strengthening their cooperation and communication with China and that they would defend strategic positions that are important to them. Now, on the part of Minister Wang Yi, he said first that President Xi Jinping was appreciative of the fact that China was the first international destination for President Deby when he got re-elected for his second term. He attended FOCAC last year, Hannah, and Wang Yi said that his attendance, of course, contributed to FOCAC being a successful summit. He also said that China is committed to helping Chad. He said that China does not discriminate regardless of a country's size or weaknesses or strength, and he said that China does not support bullying of other countries by some countries. That's what he said. And so he said moving forward, they are going to elevate their relations into strategic relations from bilateral relations. Now, after that, Foreign Minister Wang Yi headed to the Prime Minister. He was there briefly, Hannah. It was a closed-door meeting. We didn't get much details of what happened or what was discussed. And then he went to the Foreign Affairs Ministry, where he again was received by the Foreign Affairs Minister. Again, that was a closed-door meeting. We are as yet to get details of what was discussed in that meeting. But really, Hannah, no prizes for guessing why this visit was so important. It might have lasted just 5 hours, but it was profoundly impactful and significant, especially for Chad citizens. We had an opportunity to interact with them in the streets of N'Djamena just to get a glimpse of what it is they expect and what they think. And what we largely got from them is that they were saying China has so far done quite a bit for them as a country. This is a country that is underdeveloped, Hannah. I've been here several times. Infrastructure is barely existent. Sectors such as energy, water as well, barely existent. And so they are hopeful that these are some of the contributions China will have on them to elevate their lives. There's a lot of expectation here on the ground. They are saying that finally they can see a partner that they say they can trust will be able to help them move forward and progress their country. We did a report just as well to get views of some analysts from around the region, Hannah, on what this visit might mean. Remember, there's so many countries that he could have picked, Minister Wang Yi could have picked to come to, but Chad made the list. And so for that reason alone, a lot of guesses. France as well has been one of those international partners that we have seen getting ejected by Chad, and Chad has been saying that as it evolves, so will its relationship with the international community. And so it's no wonder that we are now seeing a key interest by Chad into countries such as China, whom they have described as an all-weather friend and a deeply respectful friend and strategic partner. And so this is a report we felt, Hannah. Just take a look and listen to the views of people here in N'Djamena. As is tradition for China every year, the first overseas visit by its top diplomat is to Africa. And this week, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi will be visiting Chad, among other countries. This visit comes at a pivotal time for both countries as they seek to strengthen ties that have been expanding over the years. Chad and China have developed a multifaceted partnership, particularly in infrastructure development, energy and agriculture. China's presence in Chad has been marked by significant investments aimed at boosting the country's economic landscape. As the Chinese foreign minister arrives, expectations are high on what this visit could mean for both countries.
Strengthening partnership in key areas of infrastructure, trade and investment, communication, electricity supply, electricity projects, water. I think those are the key areas of partnership that will be seen in this new visit by Chinese Foreign Minister to Chad.
As we walk through the streets of N'Djamena, the local sentiments capture the high expectations placed on Minister Wang Yi's visit to this country. They see the partnership as an opportunity for growth, not just for the country, but also in their personal lives.
After the visit, we expect cooperation in different sectors like roads, which are in bad condition. We want them to build for us universities and health facilities. We also want our people to go to China for training. We are very happy to see him here in N'Djamena.
China has done a lot for Chad, and what they continue to do is very important to us. We want them to come and invest here so that the young people can get employment. So after the visit, I would want China to do the things I have mentioned.
The upcoming discussions between Chad and China are expected to focus on trade, investment, and possibly new agreements that could pave the way for future collaboration.
This trip by the China's foreign minister is also going to the neighboring country. Don't forget that these two countries have mutual security concern across the border. So perhaps with the renaissance of Chinese interest that we are seeing in the recent time in security partnership, this might also be linked to maybe some form of arrangement or support to combating insurgency in the Lake Chad Basin. We can't rule it out because the foreign minister will also be visiting Nigeria at the same time.
It is a visit that will no doubt elevate the existing collaboration between China and Chad as both countries pursue win-win results for their people. Penina Karibe, CGTN, in N'Djamena, Chad.